Hi, I'm Larry Johnson. I am a professor at Texas A&M University, and today we'll talk about the endocrine system. We're going to talk about the parathyroid and the pancreas with the islets of Langerhans, summary and questions on the endocrine system.
So here we see this is the parasistalis, thyroid hormone, and the adrenal are the ones that we've looked at so far, and we can see the pituitary is up here, the thyroid, and the adrenal. Also, the thyroid has the parathyroid hormone, which comes from the parathyroid, which are embedded in the thyroid. So and there's two sets of cells. We've got the chief cells, and you have the oxyphils. The oxyphils, we don't know what they do, but they're interesting. Oxyphils have small, dark nuclei, but the big cells, nuclei far apart, as opposed to the chief cells, which produce the parathyroid hormones. Chief cells, oxyphils, rich vascular supply. You can see the endothelial cells and the red blood cells in there. Another specimen, we see the oxyphils and we see the chief cells of the parathyroid. Now remember, calcitonin was involved in removing the ruffled border, but parathyroid hormone stimulates osteoclast production, so it makes more osteoclasts. So parathyroid hormone stimulates the production of calcium, free calcium in the blood. And so every minute, 1/4 of the free calcium is exchanged with the bone. So there's a dynamic situation. Sometimes when you get hyperparathyroidism causes osteoporosis because it has too many osteoclasts. It breaks down the bone faster than it can be remodeled. Another endocrine organ is the islets of Langerhans that's in the pancreas. And here we have alpha cells and beta cells, and the beta cells are the ones that produce insulin. So we see these lighter staining area where you have the islets of Langerhans in through there. Here's an islet of Langerhans. These are pancreatic acinar cells in through there that we can see. And you can see a rich vascular supply in the island as well as around the pancreatic acinar cells themselves. And another organ is the testis. The testis produces testosterone with the Leydig cells. So these are Leydig cells, a rich vascular supply in through there. Centrifuges some more Leydig cells in through there producing testosterone. And you can see a cluster of these cells. There's one cell, another cell, another cell. You can see their nuclei, and you see a rich vascular supply and the centrifuges around them. In the Leydig cells, they have lots of smooth endoplasmic reticulum, as we see here in this horse. There's a nucleus, and there's a smoothie arm, and the mitochondria actually have a tubular type cristae, not lamellar, but tubular type cristae. You can see that the cristae looks very similar to the smoothie arm, except it's inside the mitochondria. Ovary is another source of endocrine hormones being produced. You have FSH and LH coming down from the pituitary, and that stimulates the ovaries to produce estrogen and progesterone to maintain pregnancy. Pregnancy has occurred, and here we see the follicles. So these are follicles where the eggs would be, and then after the egg is ovulated, it makes a corpus luteum. These cells become luteinizing with luteinizing hormone, which causes ovulation to occur, and then luteinizes these cells that are lining the egg, the follicle, and that produces the corpus luteum. Here we see the corpus luteum also have lots of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. We've got some rough VR tuber type cristae as well, but you can see abundance of smooth endoplasmic reticulum associated with the production of steroid hormone. There's also a pineal, and the pineal has the brain sand, these sand structures that are in there, and then you have a lot of pineal sites in through there producing melatonin associated with circadian rhythm. And then also, if you look at the blood supply in the endocrine organs, there's two portal systems. A portal system is where you have a blood vessel between two capillary networks, And in every case, the first capillary network modifies the blood composition, changes the blood composition, and the second capillary network benefits from that local changed blood composition. And we see one of those in the pituitary, where the hypothalamus has short neurons that empty its contents in this plexus capillary network, and that's releasing factors then go through this portal vessel to the pars distalis to affect the acidophils and the basophils, and they indeed are the second capillary network. So modified blood composition up here locally, and benefit of that local composition change in composition there. Here we see the venous plexus for picking up those right in this area through there, picking up the hormones, and then the pars distalis, you see the rich vasculature for it to be able to affect the acidophils and basophils in there. First capillary network, and then the second capillary network is in the pars distalis. Likewise, the Islets Langerhans has a portal system as well too. This is the acinar cells, and then this is the islet cells. And the first capillary network is in the islets, and the second capillary network is actually in the pancreatic acinar cells, that is the blood vessels they're in, because insulin stimulates and glucagon inhibits secretion of the pancreatic acinar cells. You can see it again on this one very nicely. And this is an arterial portal system as opposed to the venous portal system we see in the pituitary. First capillary network is in the Islets Langerhans. The second capillary network is actually here around the pancreatic acinar cells themselves. So in summary, the functional endocrine system is a collection of glands, and we see a host of these glands that regulate metabolism, growth, reproduction, mood, and various other things. And we can see the pituitary here, adrenal, ovary, and we can see the pancreas there. A couple questions. We have the pituitary has little effect on regulation of hormone secretion from which of the following? Ovary, little, has a lot. Adrenal cortex, a lot. Adrenal medulla, no. And so the answer is C. Calcium concentration in blood are affected by calcitonin from the thyroid? Yes. Reabsorption bone by osteocytes? They don't reabsorb bone. Parathyroid hormone from the parafollicular cells? Parathyroid hormone comes from the parathyroid, not parafollicular cells. That's the one that produces calcitonin. So the answer is A. Which region of the adrenal hormone produce match? The glomerulosa, aldosterone, correct. Fasciculata, cortisol, correct. Reticularis, androgens, correct. A, B, and C.
We want to thank the original sources of images, drawings, figures I might have used during this presentation. Thank you. This is the end of the endocrine system, the parathyroid, pancreas, with the Islets Langerhans summary questions on the endocrine system. Thank you.